Hello everybody, welcome back to the EAFC Aston Villa save, and we are taking on Bournemouth at the start of the month. Now I can't remember what we agreed to do in this episode, so I think what we'll do is we'll sim Bournemouth, sim Leipzig, and then we're going to do Arsenal, Southampton and Fenerbache, and then we'll sim Fulham. Or do we just sim both of the Champions League? Let's sim both of the Champions League games, mix it up a bit, give it a risk. So we'll sim Bournemouth, sim Leipzig, play Arsenal, play Southampton, play Fulham, I think is what we're going to go for in this episode. So, not much else to discuss, really. So let's get straight into simming the Bournemouth game and see how we go. Now, we are going to make a quick change. Ferguson's going to come off for Duran in this one. We're going to give Onana the nod over Kamara in the middle. And Bailey can start, Elias Yalert. Let's give Fresneda a little bit of a run out as well to get his experience up. And we'll put Jude Bellingham on the bench instead of Redondo, see if he comes on in terms of the AI. But I do think mixing it up a little bit is going to be needed as the games come thick and fast, especially as we approach December and January. It's a 3-1 win. John Duran getting 2. Did he get a hat-trick? No, Openda got one as well. So Duran taking his chance in the starting lineup. And to be honest, that will probably keep him in the starting lineup to play Leipzig, depending on fitness. So a good performance there. Torres is going to be suspended for this game against Leipzig. So good to see that the AI are picking us up some decent results as well. And we're progressing through this save very well as well. I do like it. We've got an update for Buchanan in our... Yeah, we'll do that in our youth academy, which is great. We are still having a semi sort of realistic youth academy or approach to the youth academy. 2 unread emails in here as well. So progress assessment, yeah, fine. And John McGinn is developing well, and they're satisfied he's reaching his physical and potential peak. So that's basically, I think, telling us that John McGinn can't improve above what he's already now rated as. But he's an 85, so it is pretty good. Right, Torres is suspended, so he comes for Konza. Konza can come in there. Torres goes off the bench. We'll put the youngster Feeney on the bench as well. I think what we're going to do, other than that change, we're going to go with the exact lineup that just beat Bournemouth quite convincingly. So we'll stick with that. Onana and John Duran in there as well. So it's a 2-1 loss. Okay, we pick up our first loss in the Champions League. Leon Bailey got our goal, but it wasn't enough. Gertruda and Elmas scoring for Leipzig gave them the win. 2-1. Right then, we'll get into our first live game of the episode and take on Arsenal. It's first v second in the league, which is quite impressive, isn't it? Quite impressive. So Pau Torres is back after his suspension in the Champions League. It's not our first loss in the Champions League. Bayern Munich absolutely smashed us. But yes, right, we're going to be taking on Arsenal, so we'll come back for this game, and I'll see you at kickoff. Hello everybody, welcome to Birmingham. Villa Park, host to Aston Villa v Arsenal, and there's a big tifo of Emery Martinez there. Obviously Aston Villa signed him after his FA Cup heroics for Arsenal back in the day, and he has been ever present for Aston Villa under Unai Emery basically in this save. I don't think we've really given other goalkeepers a chance, but it's going to be a good game. Aston Villa v Arsenal. Let's go through the lineups. So looking at the home team, it's a few changes for Unai Emery. John Duran keeps his place up front in this lineup today. Emery Martinez obviously will be in goal. Kieran Tierney back at his former club, as is Ian Matson in that part exchange deal that happened. Fresneda's got the nod at right back. It's Branthwaite and Pau Torres back together in centre back. And you can see it here in the 4-4-2. Moving into midfield, we know that John McGinn's in there. He's been partnered by Redondo for a bit more agility and balance in there. Morgan Rogers on the left, Mudryk on the right, Openda partners John Duran up front. It's an Unai Emery lineup that you know and love. Arsenal lining up also in a 4-4-2 under Mikel Arteta. They are going with David Raya in goal, still there, still the number 1. Mark Gray and William Saliba at the back, with Calafiore at right back and Matson at left back. Nunez partners Martinelli up front with Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, Saka and Leandro Trossard making up the midfield 4. So the game gets underway then as Openda just knocks it back to Duran. And we're hoping that Aston Villa can keep on their good form. This is first v second in the league. There's a lot riding on this game. Mudryk on the ball. First real attempt of possession here for Aston Villa as Openda puts it into towards Duran. Great header from Saliba at the back. And we know Arsenal are going to be tough to break down. Interesting to see Martinelli up front. Not really utilised as a striker too much, but they're obviously going for a similar sort of big man and pace up front. Darwin Núñez partnering him up front will be interesting. Signed from Liverpool, obviously never really cut the mustard at Liverpool, but clearly doing the job for Arsenal, who find themselves second in the table, only behind this Aston Villa team as Saka's in. Good save, Martinez. 8 minutes in, it's the first real attempt of note as Bukayo Saka wins a corner for his team. Good save from Emi Martinez. And it's going to be Saka here. He's got Odegaard short, lips it in. Tierney is beaten in the air by his teammate Rodgers, so it will be another corner for Arsenal. And we're just going to have to watch this. A tall team that Arsenal have actually got here with Núñez, Calafiori, Saliba, all those sorts of players. Martinelli on the edge, trying to just create a bit of space. It was a good tackle there. Darwin Núñez didn't have enough space to get the shot off. Trossard does. It's a good block. And Martinelli will keep it alive for Arsenal. In it goes to Núñez. Back to Trossard, into Saka. Very, very narrow, this Arsenal formation. With two wingers that both want to invert. As Núñez tries to get through, but a really good tackle there, and Fresneda can just mop up. More than mop up, we're actually going to counter-attack really well here. Openda has the ball, tries to dig out across towards Duran. Was never going to be able to get a shot off there, so laid it back to Redondo. But he's tackled, and Martinelli will look to come forward with Arsenal looking for a goal. Martinelli into the area, coming forward. Pau Torres, really good defending, but Martinelli's got in there. It's another good save from Emi Martinez in goal. It's all Arsenal at the moment. We're sort of having to play on the counter-attack here. Duran back there defending, actually gets a good head on it, but not a really good clearance. Really good tackle. We're just going to put our foot through this one and see how far we can get it away. Mudryk wins the header. Duran can't quite get it under control. Odegaard to Maatsen and Calafiori. Arsenal regain possession. Martinelli, ball through, looks for Núñez. Oh, what a hit on his favoured left foot. Absolute rocket from Darwin Núñez. And it's 1-0 Arsenal. It's been coming. He goes to celebrate with Mikel Arteta over by the bench, thanking the manager that brought him to the club. But it's a really, really good hit. A great through ball from Martinelli as well. And you can see it from the point of view of Darwin Núñez. But first time hit, Martinez no chance. 1-0 Arsenal. John Duran comes forward with it. Lots of space to go into here. He's got some support on the left, but the pass isn't very good to find Morgan Rodgers. And yeah, we're struggling to get our front two in the game. Sort of rushing passes a little bit, not having our usual controlled outlook on the games. But we'll see. Obviously, Redondo does give us a bit more mobility in there rather than sort of technical ability. He is more energetic, more stamina, more pace in the middle. Oh my God, Martinelli's just got past Branthwaite. Really easily shoots. Great save from Martinez again. And we are under the cosh here. Arsenal showing why they're doing so well this season. As Mudryk comes forward with it. Openda does give him a run. I managed to poke that one through. And Openda can hold this up. Oh, it was meant to go out to Mudryk. I rushed the pass and got it wrong. Rodgers, ball forward to Duran. Really good turn, but Saliba's so quick, so strong to pounce on that first touch. I thought John Duran had beaten him there. As Darwin Núñez is tackled by Torres. Wins it back. Torres is there again. And Arsenal, the way Arsenal play, it's so narrow. You really can't get any sort of cohesion. They just launch people through the middle. It's really, really hard to play against. As Fresneda takes over. Mudryk does give him a run in advance. Mudryk can find Openda. Openda holds it up. Fresneda in a bit of space. Fresneda, oh, just good block from Maatsen against his former teammates. And Mudryk just holds on to the ball sensibly. McGinn, Redondo, Duran, just trying to hold off Saliba. Good target forward play there from John Duran to bring that one forward. McGinn, out it goes. Duran, left-footed drive straight down the throat of Raya, but better from Villa. John McGinn fires it in towards Duran, round the corner, into Openda. It's 1-1. He has been in lethal form for Aston Villa this season, and John Duran puts a lovely ball through. McGinn won the ball in midfield, fired it up into Duran's feet, and he, with some great target forward play, just laid it into Openda's path. Great ball through from McGinn. One touch, pass into Openda, and then he loves that outside of the boot finish past David Raya. 1-1. Martinelli picks up the ball just before half-time. Darwin Núñez looks to turn. It's actually, well, it was a good interception, but then I cocked up the pass in, and Núñez has hit the post. And Arsenal might feel a little bit aggrieved they're not 2-1 up in this one. They probably do deserve to have 2 goals. He's offside, Darwin Núñez. He's not offside. Referee says play on. This time he scores. It is 2-1 Arsenal. I said they felt a bit aggrieved, but Núñez running towards Arteta again. I thought that was offside. I'm not too sure how he stayed on, but Núñez just outside the box. Powerful finish. 2-1 Arsenal. And it is half-time here at Villa Park, and the home team find themselves 2-1 down. Darwin Núñez has having a storming game. So no changes at half-time for either team. But, yeah, I mean, this Arsenal team, they just flood so many people into the middle of the pitch. It's very, very hard to maintain, like, tackling and keeping the ball, because the AI is obviously very good at tackling you and then winning it back straight away, or losing the ball and winning it back straight away. Because they don't have to worry about button input, do they? They just say a command immediately. But you can see here, they bog themselves down, Arsenal, in the middle of the pitch, and then just spring a really good attack as Saka there comes inside. Martinelli, good return pass, reverse pass to find Saka, but his pass is intercepted well by Branthwaite. Tierney can go up the line to Morgan Rogers. John Duran's giving him a really good run in front. Duran tries to finish. Tried to get it over to Openda, just didn't work. As Declan Rice now comes forward with it. Duran ball through. He's found Openda again. These two linking up really well. Great save from David Raya. Openda hit that with absolute venom. But yeah, when we can get the ball into John Duran's feet, he's doing a really good job of finding Openda. That's a really good header from Branthwaite. McGinn into Redondo. Morgan Rogers holds it up. Tierney comes forward on this left-hand side. Just up against Calafiori. Doesn't really fancy his chances to beat the Italian for pace down the wing. And yeah, Kieran Tierney's been a decent signing. I don't think he's been brilliant. Obviously, the money we got for Maatsen in the deal is what swayed us. But yeah, he's definitely okay, Tierney. I do think there's an improvement we could have at left back. That's a really good play. Odegaard, great footwork on the edge of the area. Still trying to create the space. Martinez, good save. So first change for Aston Villa then. Jadon Philogene coming on to replace Morgan Rogers. A little bit more pace on that left-hand side. Hopefully we can try and attack Calafiori with that. As Saka is going to take this one short to Leandro Trossard. Really good turn there to get away from Mudryk into Calafiori. The Italian does get a shot off Martinez with a good save. And we just about clear our lines. Pau Torres is fouled by Trossard. Might be a yellow card. But I don't think it was anything too cynical about that one from Leandro Trossard. And it is a yellow card. And just as we make the change at left-hand side, they do take off Calafiori and bring on Kasunu. So more of a centre-back Kasunu, if memory serves me well. But we'll see. It's going to be fresh legs against fresh legs with Jadon Philogene out there to take on... that's not a good pass, but we've got a bit lucky. Mudryk keeps it alive to have a run at Kasunu. Here is Duran. Duran with a fierce effort over the bar. It's going to take a good effort to score from there. So double substitution for Aston Villa. Mudryk off, Bailey on, Onana on for Redondo. Maatsen with a good ball through to find Núñez into the area. Holds off his man. Núñez shoots. Good save. Oh no, terrible clearance. Martinez. What another really good save from Emery Martinez. There's the cut back to the edge. Odegaard. Another save from Martinez. Arsenal have been our toughest opponents this season by quite a country mile. So Fresneda coming off to be replaced by Elias Yalert. The normal right back is now on the pitch. So we have made quite a few changes in this one as Odegaard receives the short corner. Jadon Philogene wins it, but it's going to be another corner here. And this one will be swung into the box from Saka. It's off the post. I don't think we kept that out, but it was definitely off the post as Elias Yalert looking to just dribble his way out of trouble. He's actually done really well. Jadon Philogene looks over towards Openda but can't get it through. Too many of those passes are being easily intercepted. Darwin Núñez is through for his hat-trick. Great save from Martinez. Oh my word, has he kept us in this game. If we nick an equaliser here, it's going to be all thanks to Emery Martinez. He has been absolutely superb in goal, but it's not over yet. Trossard with a bit of a lucky touch to get past Leon Bailey there. Trossard lays that one back. Darwin Núñez, who has been superb in this game. Oh, he's won it ball high up, but his shot goes past the post. Good turn from Duran as he just tried to get the ball off. Kasunu just got back at him. And yeah, it's not... I mean, John Duran's had a good game. We are trying to rotate him and Ferguson around a fair bit. But we'll have to wait and see who really can make that other striker spot next to Openda their own. Núñez holds this one up. Arsenal know that time is on their side. They don't have to force for a third goal with only a few minutes left before the 90 minutes are up. Kasunu back to Martinelli. Out to Kasunu again. Martinelli, who's drifted to the right-hand side, does put a cross in. Branthwaite will win that one. And Onana will turn. Looks to fire it up towards Duran. But yeah, that's me rushing the pass as Núñez is in again. Really good save. I think it's been brought back for a free kick, has it? I don't know. We're going to get a change, though, as Mikel Moreno replaces Saliba, which is an interesting decision. I assume Declan Rice will drop into centre-back as Odegaard is going to leave this one. It is going to be Darwin Núñez over the bar. Leon Bailey finds John McGinn. Is this the last chance here for Aston Villa? It's gone in to Duran. Duran's in. Great finish from John Duran. 2-2. He just needed a chance. That's all he needed. And they just left him unmarked. John McGinn found him with a lovely weighted pass. And Aston Villa have made it 2-2. And we questioned why they took off Saliba. And, well, they've missed him, haven't they, since they took him off. John Duran totally free. Hits it across David Raya with that powerful left foot. And it's a really, really good finish. 2-2 here at Villa Park. As we enter injury time, David Raya just hoofs that one forward. Gerard Branthwaite will win that header every day. Onana fires that up towards Openda. Openda just waiting for the run. And yeah, Arsenal have looked a little bit weaker since they've taken off Gabriel at the back. Or Saliba, sorry. But yeah, it's still about 30 seconds left to play. Arsenal holding on to the ball. And there's not too much separating first v second in the league here. As Maatsen holds on. That is full time. 2-2. It's a Desmond out in Birmingham. Okay, next up is Southampton then. At first, the 13th in this one. I will just do that so that we can then edit their lineup and things like that. But yeah, we're going to make sure they're playing a strong team like we did with Arsenal. But yeah, we'll see you at kickoff. Hello everybody, welcome to the South Coast for Southampton versus Aston Villa in the Premier League. And Southampton struggling down near the bottom of the table. Aston Villa cruising at the top. A decent 2-2 draw with Arsenal in the last game. We'll be back to go through the lineups. So with all the pleasantries done, we are ready to get underway here. One final check of the lineup. Southampton in a very defensive 5-3-2 formation lineup with Aaron Ramsdale in goal. They have Harwood Bellis, Wood, Gaspar in centre-back, Manning at right left-back, and Kyle Walker-Peters there. Flynn Downs, Fernandes and Smallbone make up the midfield. Ioannidis and Archer are leading the line. Ex-Aston Villa player Cameron Archer, it must be said. Aston Villa in a 4-4-2, we know and love it. Emi Martinez in goal. Branthwaite, Torres, Christian Alert is back in at right back. Kieran Tierney keeps his place. John Duran keeps his place up front. And this time it's Onana partnering McGinn and Jaden Philligan starting on the left from the outset. And the game is ready to go then. Aston Villa kicking us off here in a very drizzly Southampton. Yeah, it's going to be interesting playing up against a 5 at the back system because we're not really doing that very often. Jaden tries to put an early cross in. It's deflected. We'll get a corner inside 2 minutes, which I'm quite excited about because we don't get too many corners. What a header from Duran over the bar. Here is Smallbone coming forward for Southampton. Just lays it back to Manning. And yeah, you can see from the outset, Southampton look very happy just to keep the ball and make sure we don't get it, although they've given it away straight away. Bailey's robbed. Elias Yeller into Pau Torres. Onana. Oh, I looked wide, but I didn't see Walker-Peters there. That's really irritating. Carl Walker-Peters, captain for Southampton at the moment, has got them on the front foot. That's a good ball in, but Archer's beaten in the air. He's going to get on the loose ball. It's Ioannidis, who, weirdly, I have signed in another football game. It must be Football Manager that I've signed him in, but Openda picks this one up. Looks through towards Duran. Heavy touch. Easy for Harwood Bellis to get the tackle in. Leon Bailey's done well to intercept that pass. Openda, in it goes to Duran. Tries to cut it back onto that left foot. John Duran with a shot. Good save from Ramsdale. And Southampton having a fair bit of possession, but doing very, very little with it. That's a poor clearance as well. But Harwood Bellis manages to get it, and Wood can bring a bit of composure to proceedings. Kieran Tierney with a really good header. Jaden Philligan, wow, what a challenge that is there from the Southampton player. Really took out Jaden, got the ball, but that's one of those that if you just miss the ball, that could be a leg breaker and you're sent off and really hampering your team's efforts as Flynn Downs comes forward. Out to Fernandes. Fernandes is fouled by Onana, so it'll be a free kick to Southampton. 20 minutes gone. Not too much action to speak of. That's very well claimed by Martinez. Jaden Philligan finds Jean Duran. Jean Duran just comes forward. Oh, I pressed the wrong bit of skill. I didn't mean to do a rainbow flick. John Duran doesn't have that in his locker, but I accidentally did the wrong bit of skill, and it's going to lead to a potential Southampton attack here through Archer. Back to Fernandes, Walker-Peters, but it looks to have sort of petered out a little bit, and Kieran Tierney's going to defend that very well. Jaden, lovely ball to find John Duran. Openda actually pulled towards the edge of the box. I wanted him more to be a bit of a threat in the box rather than pulled to the edge. Tierney's done well. There is Openda. Just the space is sort of closing out. Duran looks at a man on the edge of the box, which is McGinn. Good hit, good save from Ramsdale. Corner ball. It's Going to be Leon Bailey to swing this one in towards Pau Torres, and his header's gone in. He was going away from goal, but it's a really, really good header from the Spanish centre-back. And Pau Torres makes it 1-0 Aston Villa, and his celebrations are apparently happening off the screen. But a really good header. Jonathan Bailey. Leon Bailey swings the ball in, and moving away from goal, it's a really good header from Pau Torres. 1.8 metre vertical. And look at that for a downward header. Nice spin on it to take it away from Ramsdale as well. 1-0 Villa. John McGinn looks forward to find Openda. Out to Jean Duran. Again, just the space closing out. That 5-man defence that Southampton are utilising is really hurting us at the moment. Tierney. Just not enough options for Kieran Tierney there to swing a ball in. Nice little pass to find Jaden Philligan. On the end is Onana. Onana with a fierce drive. Oh, what a finish! Amadou Onana makes it 2, and that was patient play. What a hit from Onana. I didn't know he had that in his locker, but he's absolutely rifled that into the top corner. It's 61 long shots, and he's put it in from 21 metres out at 114 miles an hour. Lovely goal. 2-0 Villa. Onana on the ball again after scoring that wonderful goal. Picks out Duran. Duran shoots straight at Ramsdale, but as we get towards half-time, Southampton have just completely faded out of this game. They really could do with ditching the 5 at the back system. It's just not working for them. They haven't got enough options up front. They're keeping the ball in these areas here at the back, but really not doing much with it going forward. And yeah, we've scored 2 very good sort of spectacular goals that you wouldn't expect, but you need that against the 5 at the back defence, right? You have to take chances, score your goals, and perform really well. Here is Cameron Archer coming forward though. Pau Torres. He's got a goal at one end, very good defending at the other. Half-time, 2-0 Villa. So second half underway, no changes for either team. Kieran Tierney is looking very, very tired though, so he might not last the whole of the second half. Oh, McGinn has robbed in really well here, and he's picked out Duran. Duran, little shot, good save from Ramsdale again. It wasn't the best connection from John Duran, but he did get a good shot off. Harwood Bellis up to Downs, and Southampton starting the second half as they ended the first, under pressure. Duran into Openda, went for the 1-2, but Harwood Bellis closed it down really well for Southampton. The game's sort of gone into a bit of a lull. Not too much really happening at the moment. Southampton, again, good possession, but no cut and thrust at the end of the pitch where they need it. Archer comes forward. This is better. Into Ioannidis, but Pau Torres is probably man of the match, to be honest. He's had a superb game. So on the hour mark then, a double substitution for Aston Villa. Mudryk on to replace Leon Bailey, and Fresneda coming on to replace Kieran Tierney. McGinn, lovely ball to pick out Mikhailo Mudryk. Mudryk puts it in towards Jean Duran. I think he was actually offside, but it's been kept alive. Onana's on it again. Another fierce drive deflected. 20 minutes to go. It's a corner for Aston Villa, and Southampton make their first change of the game as Matsuka, is that Matsuka coming on? I think that's Matsuka coming on for them. It's Manning off, and Sugawara coming on. So corner here to be taken by Jaden Philligan, swings it in. That's headed well towards Onana, just over the bar. Oh, good effort. Openda picks up the ball really well. Can he feed this one through to Duran? He tried. He stayed onside, John Duran. Probably could have got a shot off a little bit earlier there, but yeah, both strikers linking up well, putting up a lot of good pressure. We've just upped the tempo a little bit of the game, and starting to hunt for a third goal. Hopefully it doesn't keep us too open at the back though. Mikhailo Mudryk picks up the ball with lots of space to drive into here for the Ukrainian. Mikhailo Mudryk comes forward, little ball roll, holds it up, finds Elias Yalert. Elias Yalert manages to try to dig out across. Ramsdale covers it well. John Duran with some really good defensive work there to hold it up. It's a lovely ball fired into the path of Openda as Mikhailo Mudryk now comes forward. Can he take on his man? He actually does get out across. Again, it's a little bit too close to Ramsdale. Well, it's far too close to him because it's an easy catch, but we are just getting Mudryk into the game a little bit more. Here is Jaden Philligan. Again, he's had a good game whenever he plays. He has done very well. Good acceleration to get away. Wins a corner with 5 minutes to go as Ioannidis is replaced up front by, not too sure who, but Downs is replaced by Aribo as well. And it's Ioannidis off to be replaced by Uanachu, who is an absolute giant. Pau Torres trying to get on this one again. Mudryk with a header into space. Onana is robbed by Fernandez. Branthwaite takes over and we'll just hold on to the ball, I think. Let's see this game out. Onana turns, looks out towards Mudryk. In towards Elias Yalert. Nice little ball back. Good tackle there from Sugawara as we're just getting to the end of this game. Walker Peters as captain comes off. He's going to be replaced. And, well, his replacement's not going to get too much time. Mudryk nearly got past Gaspar there. Elias Yalert can lay this one off to John McGinn, oh, just stolen off him as I went for a power shot. And that should be that in terms of the game. And it's going to be a comfortable 2-0 win for Aston Villa in this one. 2 very good goals. Southampton 0, Villa 2. So next up is Fenerbache, and we will be simulating this one as we get into the game. John Duran is going to keep his place up front. He deserves it, to be honest. Doesn't deserve to be dropped, as is Onana in midfield as well. So I think we'll go with that lineup there. Let's put Fenerbache on the bench instead of Mudryk, just to give a few different options for the AI if they want to do it. In fact, we're going to take... I'm going to probably sell Tielemans in the January, I think. He's not playing for us at all this season. So I think we'll look to potentially move him on and get a big paycheck for him. So quick sim this one against Fenerbahce. Away in Turkey, it's a 1-0 win. It's Duran, who just is playing so well at the moment. He's doing very, very well. And we're in a very good position in the Champions League, which is lovely. Next up, Fulham. Here we are then once again at Villa Park as they host Fulham. And I'm not too sure why Fulham are playing in that away kit, but that could be a kit clash. I didn't even think about looking at that. But why change a winning team? John Duran partners Louis Openda up front, Jadon Philogene on the left, and it's going to be a step into midfield for Onana again after that wonderful goal he scored against Southampton. And obviously John Duran, the in-form striker in the league and in Europe, I would guess, at the moment. Martinez lines up in goal then. Branthwaite and Torres continue their wonderful partnership at the back. Onana recalled to the starting lineup, and Duran partners Openda up front. It is a monumentally good Aston Villa squad that's been put together here at Villa Park. Fulham line up in a 4-2-3-1. They start with Bernd Leno in goal. It's going to be a back four of Biragi, Anderson, Diop and Trippier. Lukic and Burge in the middle. Smith Rowe, Pereira and Traore offer the ammunition to Menez up front. And the kick clash actually isn't too bad, so we are going to get underway here. Aston Villa kick us off, and hopefully this will be an interesting game. Got to watch out for Adama Traore's pace on that right-hand side. Leon Bailey, little back heel. Elias swings it into the box. Not the best cross, but Onana is well placed to keep this one alive. He's actually picked out John McGinn. A fierce shot is blocked very well. Aston Villa have started this one incredibly well. John McGinn given space. Good block again from Anderson at the back. And, well, Fulham could be in for a tough time of it if they keep giving us that much of the ball. Duran round the corner to find Openda. Space running out, being closed quickly. Bailey tried to win the header but couldn't quite get there. McGinn flicks it back to Onana. He looks out towards Jadon Philogene, who's picked up a good pocket of space on that left-hand side. Tierney with a really good touch to take it away from the defender. Ball in. I think Duran was offside, but Fulham with stand and hold on to the ball anyway. And they're going to look to launch through Lukic at the back. And it goes to Andreas Pereira. Out to Anderson. Biragi. Anderson again. Fulham keeping the ball well. Smith Rowe, their danger player, you would have to say, is getting on the ball a little bit. He's had one shot for them in this game, but it was not worth commentating on. It was dreadful. As now we get the ball back. Let's try and have a bit of possession. Leon Bailey charging down the right. Not too many options for him. Cuts back. Surely would have been a foul. Leon Bailey does dig out across. That should be easy for Bernd Leno. Oh, it's not. John Duran won the header and couldn't get it on target. So unlucky. John McGinn picking up a pocket of space again. Good ball out to find Jadon Philogene, who actually has now increased to an 80 overall player. So definitely the game time is helping him. He's put it out for a goal kick there, but 20 minutes gone. 0-0. It's been a very tentative game so far from both teams. Leon Bailey holds the ball up well. Elias Alert with a good overlapping run. Cross is blocked. It will be a corner. And we're getting a lot of joy down the wings, but not being able to do too much with it. Cross comes in. That's a really good ball. Pau Torres! It's another one for the Spanish defender. It's another one that he's angled brilliantly into the corner of the goal. And Pau Torres celebrates in style in front of the Villa Park faithful. Really good corner from Bailey again. Just sort of dinks it towards the penalty area. And Pau Torres rises highest. It's past Leno before he can react. 1-0 Villa. What a header from Torres again. He's proving to be very, very good in the air. And he's coming into his own this season. Leon Bailey gets his head up but can't quite pick out Openda. Anderson's there for an easy interception. But yeah, Fulham started this game reasonably well. But with 25 minutes gone in the first half, they are struggling a bit. Adama Traore showing good strength there to hold off Onana. There's Trippier with a lovely little back heel to release Adama. And this is the pace we were worried about. Jadon Philogene isn't slow. And he's back there helping out his defence wonderfully well. And he's done a really good job And he's deserved to get up to that 80 rating. And it's, again, making me think about the likes of Ramsey when he comes back from his injury. What are we going to do? We've got a sort of plethora of very good left midfielders as Leon Bailey comes forward. Openda's calling for it in front of him and picks it up with a wonderful first touch. Openda still going here. Openda just sort of ran out of space. It closed down around him. Onana bundles his way through one. Gets the ball out to Leon Bailey. Good little twist and turn back. Puts a cross in towards Duran with a header. Great save from Leno. Really good save from the German goalkeeper. We're starting to find a rhythm in this game now as Jaden Philogene comes forward. He's created a little bit of space. Ball in again. This one was looking towards Openda. McGinn tries to get the loose ball. Holds it up. Tierney just going to whip in a bit of a earlier cross. Duran flicks it on to Openda. I think he's offside. I think he might be offside. He is offside. The flag's up. It was a lovely move. Great flick on from John Duran. And a lovely half volley finish. But yeah, just there. He's just gone a bit too early. Anderson stepped up well. So it remains 1-0. Openda, lovely reverse pass has found Duran. Duran's in. Duran, little dink glob. Oh, what a finish from the Colombian. He absolutely loves it. Celebrates into the crowd. Really good move from Aston Villa. All the way up the right-hand side. Yolette to Bailey. Bailey to Openda. And Openda put it in. Lovely reverse pass to find Duran. And then this little dink over Leno as he came rushing out. Makes it 2-0 Villa. And Duran is on fire at the moment. He is in absolute form. Probably the form of his life. And him and Openda, what a partnership they're creating. Openda looks over the top towards Duran. John Duran chests it down. Oh, couldn't quite get the shot off. Really good first control from Duran there. Jaden Philogene out wide. Just holds the ball up. Goes back to Kieran Tierney. He's got a lot of space to run into there, Tierney. Puts it in towards Openda. Leno claims it really well. And that is half-time. Aston Villa 2, Fulham 0. John Duran having a great game up front. So as you would expect, no changes for Aston Villa, but also no changes for Fulham. They're not making any substitutions just yet. Just to confirm with the controller thing, I only do that at the start of the game. The AI is then in control of all of its own subs and tactics and things like that. I don't mess with anything in-game as Jaden Philogene comes forward. Lukic, good touch though, good interception. Oh, that's a good ball through. Adama Traore has used his pace. Adama Traore's in. Adama Traore has scored. It's 2-1 here now. Fulham with one back. We knew that Adama Traore's pace would be a concern. And, well, he's finished that one with an absolute plum, hasn't he? Put through. Kieran Tierney, no way he was going to catch him. Onto that right foot. Just had to make sure it was on target from that range. And it was. 2-1. Tierney has picked up a pocket of space here. Can look inside. Normally would get a cross in there. But Diop blocked it well. I was actually looking for a pass into the feet of Duran. That clearance is going to do nothing for Fulham, and if they keep doing that, we're going to win. Bailey, first time pass into John McGinn. John McGinn on the edge of the area. John McGinn! Oh, really good save from Leno. I was trying to just bend it into that top corner. Didn't quite get it right, but a really good save. John McGinn fires it up towards Openda because there was a man on the floor, and he's found Duran, and Duran scores off the post. He's offside. He's offside. Oh, John Duran. Openda took advantage of the Fulham player being on the floor after committing a foul, I think, or maybe getting fouled. He's not off, is he? Surely Anderson's keeping him on. Oh, it's his hand for Anderson, and it's John Duran's big toe that's off. But Fulham making a change then. They're going to take off Andreas Pereira, not had a great game in attack midfield, and replaced by Ricky Puig, who comes on to replace him. Bailey up towards Openda. Openda can turn, and he's got pace to get away. Pokes that one through, looking for Duran. Really good cover from Diop there. Although they've got into a bit of trouble, Leno does eventually complete the clearance. Easy header for Branthwaite at the back. Fulham feel like they're falling apart here, to be honest. There's just goals to be had as Onana now comes forward. Onana does really well, lays it off. Duran! Oh, it's hit the back stanchion and then the back of the net. I thought it was in. Jaden Philogene fires it forward. Openda is surely fouled in the box. Referee says no. He stayed down injured as well. This could be a bit of a problem for Aston Villa because Openda's runs are so good for us. And we haven't actually tried the large partnership of Duran and Ferguson together. But, yeah, it looks like Louis Openda is still down and struggling to get to his feet. He's back up now and moving, so it's not serious enough for a stretcher, but that will have to be analysed after this game. We'll have to see if he's even going to be fit enough to get through the whole of this game as it's 2-1. Traore looks to get in, but it runs out of space. That is going to force Aston Villa into some changes, but before that, goal scorer Traore is coming off to be replaced by Harry Wilson on the right-hand side. Aston Villa getting ready with 4 substitutions. Fresneda is going to come on for Tierney. Ferguson is going to come on for Openda up front. He can't shake off that injury. We're going to do Bailey for Mudryk and Morgan Rogers on for Jadon on the left. Smith Rowe into the box. He's done really well. He's got round Pau Torres. Oh, lays it back. It's 2-2. Out of nowhere, Rodrigo Muniz has equalised for Fulham. Great run from Smith Rowe. He completely did me where I thought he was going to shoot. Great cutback and Muniz scores. 2-2, Fulham back from the death. And what a performance this is from Fulham and Marco Silva's men to turn this one around. Rodrigo Muniz is the goal scorer, but that's all down to Smith Rowe. Got round Torres. Jadon Branthwaite committed, and Muniz isn't going to miss from there. 2-2 now. We need to find another goal, and Openda is not on the pitch. Here is Fresneda, picks up the ball in a bit of space, sees the run of Ferguson, tries to flick it on, but couldn't quite find Mudryk. It was the right idea, because I was never going to get a shot off on goal there. Onana with the loose ball into McGinn, out to Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers looks to attack the byline. You can flick this one back to Fresneda. Oh, I thought I was going to get a foul there from Harry Wilson, but he must have just got a little touch on the ball, as that's offside. Morgan Rogers up towards Duran, who's now got to get on board with another strike partner here, and that's a really good play to find Fresneda. In it goes towards Ferguson. Leno with a punch, not the most convincing. Fresneda keeps it alive. John McGinn is on the edge of the box. Really good block from the defender. Onana looks to spread it wide, but Ricky Puig gets his body in the way, and Smith Rowe will look to bring Fulham away on a counter-attack. Rogers picks up the loose ball and finds Duran, but he just couldn't turn. He feels like he's getting a bit tired, actually, John Duran, but we don't have another striker on the bench with Openda going off injured and Ferguson coming on. Yeah, we're sort of a bit limited on changes we can make to freshen this up. That's a really good tackle from Onana, but Ferguson ran away from the ball. Sander Berge for Fulham. Into the final 10 minutes we go. We're still trying to chase the ball down and get on some scraps here. Ferguson does really well to win it, but again, just a little touch from the Fulham midfielders takes it away from us as Smith Rowe comes forward. He's dragged Pau Torres out of centre back. Good tackle though. McGinn finds Mikhailo Mudryk. Mudryk has Ferguson in front of him. Ferguson into Duran. Oh, Duran just couldn't get that ball through. Diop with a really good interception. Muniz, who's got that equaliser for Fulham and has brought them back into this game. He's having a good run out front. Harry Wilson's timed his run really well, but Fresneda with a really, really good challenge. And now we need to break, really. Morgan Rogers running out of space. Crossfield pass as we enter the 90th minute into Mikhailo Mudryk. Mudryk's done really well. He's got Elias Yula outside of him. Back into Mudryk, into Ferguson. Ferguson shoots. Good save from Leno. Are we going to get a corner? No, it will be a throw-in. Taken quickly by Elias Yula into Mudryk. Let's go back to Elias Yula. Swings in across to find Duran, but really good header at the back. Volleyed away. And Pau Torres had to get that one right. That was a very good interception. Elias Yula, McGinn, Mudryk, Ferguson, Duran. Oh, it's a really good block. It's a corner with the last kick of the game, surely. Rogers here. Can he swing a good crossing? It is a decent ball towards Pau Torres. Cleared away. Ferguson keeps this one alive, but he's tackled. And Fulham are going to come away with this with a 2-2 draw. What a result for them. Villa, that's going to feel like drop points, and it does. So Openda is injured and unavailable. How long is he going to be out for? That's the question. That's what I'd like to know. So if we have a look at the team management then. Openda is... How do I see how long he's out for? I want to know how long he's out for, please. That's what I want. Is it Squad Hub? I've got to look at. I can never remember. Maybe it's in Squad Hub. Let's have a look, see what we've got. I mean, we've got a lot of good improvement going on in our players, that's for sure. Lots of people are growing. Openda is there. Broken toe, out for 2 months. Okay, right. Well, 2 months is the issue. It's going to have to be a Jean Duran and Evan Ferguson partnership. So Openda will come out for Duran, and that means youngster Arthur will come onto the bench as our attacking option. I'm really enjoying Onana in the midfield at the moment, so he's going to get the nod over there. That's going to be our starting lineup moving forward, depending on fitness and things like that. But yeah, we edge ever closer to the January transfer window. In the next month then, we will be looking like this if we can get in there. It's going to be, we've got a busy month in December. Wow, Brentford, Newcastle, Monaco, Everton, Man City in the Carabao Cup, which I think is the semi-final. Brighton, Burnley and Man City in the league as well. So let's go for, I don't know what we'll do, hey. We'll probably sim Brentford, play Newcastle, play Monaco, sim Everton, play City, and then sim the rest of the other 3. I think that could be an idea. But anyway, get your thoughts in about the January transfer window. Let me know down below how you think we should do in the window, who we should sign, what positions we should look for. The season's going very, very well. I hope you're enjoying it. Leave a like if you are, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.